Let you all open all your three eyes.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
In this sacred manual of power manifestation, which serves as a scriptural authority containing the Shastra Pramanas, eternal unchangeable truths, Apta Pramanas, Atma Pramanas, Sakshi Pramanas, and Prataksha Pramanas, we present to you the various powers of Paramashiva. By this, we place before humanity the supreme authenticity of the power manifestation science established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashiva has systematically revealed these powers in their purest forms as various techniques and revelations to experience pure oneness with Paramashiva. As a direct experience of oneness with Paramashiva, his Shaktis powerfully manifest in an initiated being at different levels of human consciousness, physicality, physiology, psychology, and neurology permanently. We offer these power manifestation manuals to celebrate your experience of oneness with the Supreme Paramashiva. Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam, Jnana Paddhati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created, destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase, Agora Murti has is 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has is 5 phase, Satyojata Murti has his 5 phase, Ishana Murti has his 5 phase. All these 5 Murtis, 5 phases put together is 25 phases of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient Enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, Hindu diasporas, are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading, and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. As Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. choose your guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashiva, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars, and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees, and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Powerful cognition from Bhagavan Satsam.
You see the water bubbles from the fish tank, because the gap is too small, you think all the bubbles are connected to each other. But they are not. Each bubble is an individual, unconnected, illogical, independent, and unclutched bubbles. Because the gap is too small, you think all those bubbles are connected. Same way, in our mind, the thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched, because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it's in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thoughts. Between every thought, that neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss.
So powerful. Bhagavan has given a powerful cognition how to live in the neutral space of unclutched space and manifest powers. Let's go to the Shastra Pramana.
The Shastra Pramana for the power of mind reading is taken from the Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.15. हृदये चित्तसंघातद् दृश्यस्वापदर्शनम् हृदये चित्तसंघातद् दृश्यस्वापदर्शनम्.
So beautiful. Shiva Sutra 1.15. Bhagavan Paramashiva beautifully says, when an individual mind is united to the core of consciousness, every observable or objective phenomenon, and even the absence of objective phenomenon, is directly experienced as a form of consciousness and appears in its existential reality as it is. Bhagavan beautifully says how each thought is unconnected, illogical, irrelevant, but we make a diagram and a shaft and a pattern, and then we suffer from that pattern. We say, this happened to me in 3 years. This is what my mother did. This is what my sister did in 5 years. This is what my teacher did in 10 years. This is what my boss did in 25 years. We go on connecting and connecting, making it more and more that this happened to me, making it our belief. If we start connecting the higher reality that I am Paramashiva, which happened when we were existing on planet Earth, and Bhagwan's initiation is making us understand we are Paramashiva, constantly remembering Paramashiva will break the whole pattern of how we used to exist. We connect all that and forget the neutral place. Neutral space is the space where I am Paramashiva. The only thing which is left with us is now. Beautifully, Bhagavan says, a man who died goes to God and says, and God bigs a box and he asks, is my wealth there? Is my wife there? Is my position there? Is my skills there? All kinds of questions. Finally, he says, nothing is there. Then he asks, then what could be that I am? He says, you have the moment, you have the now. You have only the moment as an experience of Paramashiva. Every moment is a grace for you to experience the Paramashiva component of the whole space inside you. And you forget that and go on creating chaos and confusion by creating the shaft and living out of shaft. By understanding that you are creating the shaft, unclutching from that constantly, unbroken, and Bhagavan says how beautifully you can live in the neutral space, which is the Paramashanta Swarupa, the restful awareness, where you can manifest the powers. Whenever you go to the now, the zero thought, the mind becomes the beautiful processor where you can tell the mind what is to manifest for your reality. And simply the will becomes your reality. Constantly, when you understand that the mind that you hold is a processor, it does not have to affect you. It just only helps you to get into the next state of consciousness. Bhagavan beautifully says, mind only puts you to the deep sleep in the dream state and wakes you up in the morning based on your desire. You can decide what you need to do into living as consciousness, using the mind to look in and put you into the heightened state, Turiya and Turiyatita. So with this powerful cognition, let's go to the Apta Pramana, reading the mind blocks of others. Here from Mahabharata, Drona Parva, 15th day of Kurukshetra war. When Guru Drona was convinced that his son Ashwathama was killed, in the great grief, descended from his chariot, laid down his arms, and sat in meditation ready to accept his death. Then Lord Krishna had a conversation with him where they discuss about things like difference between right and wrong, difference between love and attachment, and the difference between the guru and the teacher. Krishna explained to Drona that what he felt for his son was not love but attachment, which is not dharma but adharma. Krishna told Drona that he failed to give his son the knowledge that would make him capable of differentiating between dharma and adharma. Krishna, before each one's death, simply makes them complete, so that they can be in such a beautiful space of oneness with Krishna himself. Such a beautiful space, and removing the block of each of them when they were in the deathbed. Such a beautiful experience, all of them experienced with Lord Krishna. Now let's go to the Atma Pramana. Atma Pramanas are Leelas of Bhagavan. Once Kuppamma, my mentor and guru, was really worthy of that word. Vibhudanandapuri. She told me, you need to learn to drop the identity. 15-year-old boy. What will I understand? I said, you tell me what should I do. I will do. She said, gave me a begging bowl and told me, go around and beg all over the city and come back. Bhagwan beautifully narrates.
Reducing the thoughts is very easy. I've seen a yogi standing on his one leg for more than 12 years in Kumbh Mela during my Parivrajaka time. He really had a very reduced thought state. But unfortunately, the attention people give because of his tapas has made his identity swollen like his leg, one leg on which he was standing. One leg on which he was standing was swollen. Same way, because the attention he enjoys from people, his identity was swollen. It is very easy to have less number of thoughts if your identity is getting more and more boosting. If the identity is not touched, it is very easy to have less number of thoughts. When the identity is touched, almost like a honeycomb, how if the honeycomb is touched, the bees comes out, like the thoughts comes out. I have seen many of my ashramites, they will really be having very less thoughts, calm, composed. Just poke at their identity once. People whom they don't like or there is a hatred, just one word from that person, like a honeycomb, whoosh, all the thoughts will come up. The whole pus will come out. If your identity is not touched, having less number of thoughts is not a big thing. Once, Kuppammal, my mentor and guru, she was really worthy of that word. Vibhudanandapuri. She told me that you need to learn how to drop the identity. 15-year-old boy, what will I understand? I said, you tell me what I should do, I'll do. She gave me a begging bowl and told me, go around and beg all over the city and come back. My grandfather is a big guy in that village. So, till death, he was the head of the Rice Merchants Association. See, rice is the biggest business in that area. For 3 states, that one city supplies rice. That's the largest rice market in all these 3 states, Pondicherry, Tamil Nadu and Andhra. that city fell somehow in the center place. Even the tangible rice comes there, gets sold and goes to different places. It became like a rice root. Growing itself is not that huge, but the marketing and the rice mills, huge number of rice mills, getting the crops and cleaning and making it into rice and branding and marketing. Still my father's side people are involved. Till the death, my mother's father, he was the head of the Rice Merchants Association. Means morning he will fix the price of the rice. And even now my father's uncle is the largest rice mill owner. He owns some 7 rice mills. Their family only donated our Tirunnamalai Ashram land. Actually, Tirunnamalai Ashram, both lands. One land was given from my father's side, other land was given by my mother's side. They all know I am little crazy. But they did not expect I will go to this extreme. And the first shop itself they caught hold of me. What for you came? I said, don't ask all that. I am a sadhu now. I am asking you for bhiksha. Will you give or not? You tell, I am going for the next shop. Don't disturb my business. If somebody comes and sits in your shop and goes on poking at you, your business will be disturbed. And don't disturb my business. Then finally, my grandfather's shop, he caught hold of me and said, how much you need to stop this begging? What is your amount? Target, tell me that. I'll give the whole, keep quiet and go back. And I can't handle this phone call from every shop. Those days phone has come. It will be big and create a big sound. Crang, crang, crang. Huge sound. No cell phones those days. But the phone has come. I cannot handle this phone call. Those days, only 4 numbers those days. No, 4 numbers. And local call means 4 numbers. And he is telling, for last half an hour only these phone calls I am attending. From every shop they are calling me. I can't handle this nuisance. How much you need totally, tell me. I said there is no goal. Kupamal told me that I have to beg all over the city. Yes, she has given the route also. She knows. And I did not have any problem. Finally, he said, talking to you is no use. I will call that old lady and talk to her directly. Raghupati Yogi is very close with my grandfather. So immediately he sent a person to get Raghupati Yogi. Kupamal can't move freely here and there. But Raghupati Yogi was very healthy till the death. So he sent a person to bring Raghupati Yogi, so that I can be advised, I will stop this. But before he could come, I left. And I went round. There was a shop. My classmate, it is her father's shop, a girl, my classmate. So I am going and standing there. She was also sitting in the shop. And she said, you've gone completely crazy. You became mad. And now you are begging also. I told you so many times not to go to that lady, means Kupamal. Be with that old lady continuously. Now you see you have become beggar. I tell you, I could see very clearly the body which is standing and begging is different. I am different. ultimate ability is ability to renounce the desire to be a hero.
Beautiful Atma Pramana. Now let's go to the Shakshi Pramana. Shakshi Pramana are the initiated disciple devotees all around the world sharing their experiences for mind reading and finding the block patterns.
In this space, I would say it is a great healing space. So just drop your mind, don't try to analyze whether am I doing this, is it right, am I feeling this, is it right, or what should I be feeling, what should I be seeing. So just don't be concerned about that, and just rest, connect to Swamiji, and allow him to actually flow through your being, to heal your being also. Because if you are not allowing yourself to feel what you're feeling, there's a lot of suppressed emotions inside you that's kept like deep inside your body. Just now, as I was also like scanning and healing you while Mal is talking, Swamiji showed me this feeling that, it's all like caved in and like pushed down. So you need to let all these things out. Yes.
Can I share something?
Yes,
of course.
yes,
About the, I would like you to confirm whether whatever that was revealed through the third eye about your young age, was it?
Same thing.
Yes.
I think it's nothing but awesome what you just said, because my life becomes very clear now. I think I had a very tough childhood, and just come back to me.
No problem. The healing is also happening with you, and it's okay. This is a place in which whatever that you're experiencing, it is nothing but the healing coming out. Even this thing, it may sound intellectually, but it will hit you exactly where it needs to. So
Yeah, I guess at the age of 2 or less, I became paralyzed. And I was in bed for 6 years, immobile and dependent. And that's when I began to hide my pain. What you just said right now. And I began to cover up my feelings, my pain, my discomfort. It took me many years to walk, and surgeries and all kind of things. I think age of 14 or 13, I began to walk a bit. And that's when I think I changed at point of hiding things, not letting myself loose or show kind of thing. I think that's what today has become very clear to me in the last 5 minutes. And last night is the first night I had a dreamless sleep. 2 hours, absolutely deep sleep, just crashed out. Second thing was that when I came for the Paddhati Puja today, I never knew what it is. The person who was helping me and guiding me, she told me clearly, if you make mistakes, don't worry. You don't know the procedure, don't worry. Just do the waste way, and I'm here to guide you. That made me very calm and confident and comfortable. And I think I did it with my heart, with some kind of a connect.
one thing.
So beautiful, the sharing of the participant. Now let's go to the instruction to understand how to manifest the power of mind reading, finding the blocks and helping people to complete the blocks.
Pratyaksha Pramana. Scientific studies what can be measured, measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state. A new study brings scientists one step closer to mind reading. Researchers have developed a technique that uses the brain waves captured by the EEG machines to reconstruct the images you see. In the following video, you will now watch while the scenario exists only in the realm of science fiction, new research from the University of Toronto Scarborough brings it one step closer to reality. Scientists have used EEG data brainwaves to reconstruct images of faces shown to subjects. In other words, they're using EEG to tap into what a subject is seeing.
Setting up things for doing mind reading for the blocks, clearing the mind blocks. Camera, timestamp, Nithyananda, pencil and paper for partner and yourself, pen or pencil fine. Let's set up the camera. Download the timestamp, click on the video, ensure the timestamp is clear on the screen. Make sure the camera is facing you and the partner. The place is very nice and bright and there's no background noise. These are amazing Shaktis of Paramashiva. Make sure you don't miss recording all these great powers. Let's go to the guidelines. Guidelines for manifesting the power. Start turning on the camera, recording. Apply the Jnana in your third eye. Bring your awareness to your third eye. Ask the partner to write down what all blocks they are facing continuously. You scan. They can show that once they write it, they can show it in the camera. You can scan the partner through the third eye and write the blocks and solution as you see through the third eye. When you finish, you can verify both are matching exactly. If you match exactly and you can give the solution, and if only some are right, wonderful. You started manifesting. If you just feel the Kundalini energy, that is also beautiful. Slowly start celebrating the whole experience of manifestation. You will start manifesting more and more powers. Power manifestation starts by sharing. The more you share, the more you will be manifesting powers. The video which is recorded, please check that and share that with the powerful cognition to your friends, family. Listen to others' experience and manifestation for entanglement. Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually, our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva, sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hence, sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen and the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence. The Shaktipada makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes these external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched, by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. You need to understand one more thing. This technique of be unclutched, it does miracles in your being, in the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump, the transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya, pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. when the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers, they start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye. Again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone. Nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion, to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency, and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Verification process. Verify no video editing is done on the Shakti Avishkarna Power Manifestation video. Verify video is not stopped or restarted just during the process. All videos are verified with the timestamp. No clues or hints while manifestation. No Bluetooth or gadgets during manifestation. If you would like to have yantra or aushadha to apply on a third eye, kavi or banyan leaf or mirror to do the mind reading, please go ahead and apply the Jnananjan, and you can see through your third eye and read whatever the spiritual products are revealing. Authentically write down the details of the blocks and match it exactly. Do not tamper with the data that is being shared by the partner. Do not change or interpret what you have written. It should match exactly. No interpretation should be done. Authenticity is a way we can manifest more and more powers. Thank you for manifesting the power of third eye, removing the blocks. Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar Manifesting Power Groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity, Bhagavan says. The quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Parameshivam Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham